The Empire's supreme commander, a ruthless leader named Lord Varnak, was furious. He ordered the full-scale mobilization of the Empire's military might. "No more games," he growled. "This time, we end them." Lord Varnak's orders were clear. Every dreadnought, every fighter, and every weapon the Empire had was now aimed directly at Earth. They would show no mercy. The huge fleet of dreadnoughts, each one larger and more powerful than anything Earth had ever seen, began moving toward Earth's last known position. A massive wall of firepower was coming straight for humanity's last hope. But Captain Ethan Wright and his fleet were not intimidated. Ethan knew that this new wave of the Empire's military strength would be overwhelming. But he also knew that the fight was not over. He had a secret, one that the Empire had no idea about. Along with their cloaking technology, the humans had developed a fleet of robotic drones capable of self-repair. These drones were not just soldiers, they were high-tech machines capable of fixing themselves mid-battle, making them an endless source of frustration for the Empire. In addition, Captain Ethan had AI-driven bombers, each one programmed to pick off the Empire's massive dreadnoughts one by one. These bombers were highly advanced, faster than most fighters, and they could attack with pinpoint precision. The AI made them incredibly efficient, allowing them to bypass the Empire's radar systems and strike from unexpected angles. As the massive Empire fleet approached, Earth's ships activated their cloaking devices once again, disappearing into the darkness of space. The galactic dreadnoughts were helpless. They searched for the human fleet, their sensors scanning every inch of the area, but they couldn't find a single target. But what the Empire didn't know was that Earth's fleet had already surrounded them. Earth's ships moved like shadows, darting in and out of the cloak, launching unexpected attacks on the Empire's supply lines, weapon systems, and vulnerable points. Each strike was like a surgical operation, hitting the Empire where it hurt the most. The Empire's fighters, sensing something was wrong, scrambled to engage. What followed was a dramatic dogfight, a chaotic battle between the best of the Empire's technology and the unpredictability of Earth's tactics. Earth's ships were faster, more nimble, and used AI to outsmart the Empire's best pilots. Earth's robotic drones swooped in, attacking the Empire's weak points and vanishing before the enemy could respond. The AI bombers targeted the dreadnoughts with surgical precision, launching bombs that destroyed shield generators and critical systems, leaving the Empire's massive ships vulnerable. The chaos of the dogfight intensified as the Empire's fleet became more and more disoriented. Their once orderly formations broke apart, as their advanced technology couldn't counter the speed and strategy of Earth's fleet. It was a battle of brute force against wit and agility, and Earth's fleet was proving that even the smallest force could cause massive destruction. For the first time in the battle, the Empire began to realize the true power of humanity's resolve. Captain Ethan and his crew weren't just fighting to survive, they were fighting to win. And with every strike, with every tactical move, they were breaking the will of the Empire, showing them that Earth was not as weak as they had once thought. The battle had reached a point where there was no turning back. The once confident Galactic Empire, with its vast fleet of dreadnoughts, was now struggling to cope with the relentless attacks from Earth's fleet. Each move they made seemed to be countered with greater skill and precision by Captain Ethan Wright and his crew. But as the battle raged on, the cost of war began to hit home. Captain Ethan's best friend, Bonner, a skilled and fearless pilot, was on the front lines, leading a group of Earth's top fighters against the Empire's advancing forces. Bonner had always been the one to bring light in dark situations, his confidence and courage infectious. Ethan and Bonner had been through countless battles together, and the bond between them was unbreakable. But as the battle grew more intense, that bond would be tested in the worst possible way. In the midst of the chaos, as explosions lit up the black sky of space, Bonner's ship came under heavy fire. It was a well-aimed attack, one that the Empire had planned carefully. Bonner's ship shook violently as enemy blasts tore through its shields and hull. Ethan watched helplessly as his best friend's ship spiraled out of control, flames shooting from its engines. Bonner's voice crackled over the comms, filled with pain and urgency. "I'm not gonna make it, Ethan. You have to finish this for all of us." With those final words, Bonner's ship exploded in a massive fireball, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. Ethan's heart sank as he stared at the wreckage. Bonner, the brave pilot who had been by his side through thick and thin, was gone. The loss hit like a punch to the gut. It was more than just the death of a comrade, it was the loss of a brother. The emotional impact was immediate and overwhelming. Ethan's crew, who had been fighting for their survival, now found a new purpose. Bonner's death had turned the fight into something personal. The survivors, once focused solely on winning the battle, now fought for their fallen friend. The grief was raw, but it was also what fueled their next steps. The death of one man had turned the entire fleet into a force of vengeance. With renewed determination, Captain Ethan gathered his team and gave them the command to press forward. For Bonner. For Earth. For everyone who's ever fought for freedom. His words sparked a fire in every soldier's heart. The loss of Bonner was now their reason to fight. Every attack, every strike against the Empire's dreadnoughts was now about honoring his memory. As they moved through the battlefield, Earth's fleet became more focused, more dangerous. The cloaking devices, once a tool for surprise, now served as a means of keeping Bonner's spirit alive. Earth's ships were everywhere, darting in and out of the darkness, launching missiles and hitting the Empire where it hurt most. The emotional drive gave them an edge. The Galactic Empire's commanders could sense the change. This wasn't just a battle anymore. It was a fight to avenge the fallen. Captain Ethan's AI-driven bombers, once merely a tactical advantage, now felt like a personal vendetta. Each strike, each calculated move, felt like a blow to the Empire for the life they had stolen. The Galactic Dreadnoughts, despite their overwhelming firepower, were no match for the fierce, emotionally driven humans. As the battle raged on, the cost of war became even clearer. But Captain Ethan and his fleet had a message for the Empire: no matter the loss, no matter the pain, they would keep fighting. They would finish this battle for Bonner. The loss was heavy, but the resolve to win had never been stronger. The battle had just gotten personal, and now, the Empire had a new enemy. A human fleet fueled by love, loss, and vengeance. The battle had reached its breaking point. After losing so many soldiers and comrades, Earth's fleet was ready for the ultimate strike. They had already proven that they could survive against the might of the Galactic Empire, but now it was time to end this war once and for all. And Captain Ethan Wright had one more secret weapon, one that could change the entire course of the battle. The weapon wasn't something the Empire had ever imagined. It was a technology so advanced that it seemed almost like magic: gravity manipulation. Earth's scientists had perfected the ability to control gravity fields, and with this power, they could destabilize entire ships, even entire fleets. The Empire had never seen anything like it. Captain Ethan knew that this was the key to finally breaking the Empire's hold on the galaxy. As the Empire's 500,000 dreadnoughts advanced toward Earth's position, they were confident that nothing could stop them. But they were wrong. Captain Ethan activated the gravity manipulation technology, and in an instant, the balance of power shifted. The gravitational field around the Empire's fleet began to warp and bend. Their massive dreadnoughts, which had been so confident in their size and power, suddenly found themselves struggling to stay in control. Ships that had once been invincible began to tilt, their trajectories altered by the force of the gravity shift. It was chaos. The Empire's ships tried to adjust, but the gravity fields were too strong. Massive dreadnoughts that once ruled the battlefield were now floating helplessly in space, unable to correct their paths. Some ships collided with each other, while others were ripped apart by the gravitational forces that Captain Ethan had unleashed. The Empire's pride, their massive fleet, was now nothing more than a helpless collection of disabled ships. But Ethan's fleet didn't stop there. Earth's fighters, emboldened by their secret weapon, surged forward, their advanced AI-driven tactics guiding them to precision strikes. The Empire's fighters scrambled to defend their motherships, but they were no match for the sheer speed and agility of Earth's fleet. Every movement was calculated, every shot intentional. Each fighter used its cloaking devices and AI-assisted targeting systems to disable the Empire's defense systems, one dreadnought at a time. Then came the final move, the orbital bombardment. Captain Ethan ordered the full force of Earth's weaponry to target the Empire's most powerful ships, their flagships and the remaining dreadnoughts that still posed a threat. The sky above the battlefield turned dark as Earth's advanced artillery platforms fired massive energy blasts down onto the Empire's fleet. The explosions were massive. Ships were torn apart in a series of violent blasts that lit up the void of space. One by one, the Empire's most powerful dreadnoughts exploded in spectacular fashion. The explosions rippled through the fleet, causing chain reactions that destroyed even more ships. The sight was breathtaking, each explosion painted the blackness of space with fiery hues, as if the galaxy itself was rejecting the Empire. The most dramatic moment came when the Empire's flagship, a massive dreadnought that had led the assault, was hit directly. The blast tore through its hull, sending pieces of the ship scattering into space. It was as if time slowed for a moment. Captain Ethan could see the massive structure break apart, the ship that had once been the pride of the Empire now reduced to debris. The battlefield was silent for a moment, the remnants of the Empire's once feared fleet floating in space, defeated and broken. The Empire's power had crumbled, and with it, their claim to the galaxy. Earth's fleet had not only survived, they had won. The final battle was over. The Galactic Empire, once a dominant force in the galaxy, had been destroyed, and humanity had proven that even the smallest fleet could stand up to the mightiest of empires. The victory wasn't just a military one, it was a victory for humanity's spirit, for their courage, and for their determination to never be underestimated. The battle was over, but the war was not yet won. As the Galactic Empire's once mighty fleet lay in ruins, its soldiers began to understand that their defeat was inevitable. The shattered remnants of their massive dreadnoughts drifted helplessly through space, leaving behind only the wreckage of their arrogance. Captain Ethan Wright and his fleet had achieved the impossible, but there was still one final challenge left, to confront the Galactic Supreme Commander himself. The Galactic Supreme Commander, a cold and ruthless leader, had remained distant from the chaos of the battle, overseeing the Empire's war strategy from afar. He had believed that his forces, with their overwhelming numbers, would crush Earth's fleet without a second thought. But now, seeing his entire empire crumbling, he knew that he had to face the humans directly. The battle had become personal. Captain Ethan, leading the last remaining ships of Earth's fleet, issued a challenge to the Supreme Commander. This was it, the final showdown. "Your empire's days are over," Ethan declared, his voice steady despite the weight of the moment. "It's time to face the consequences of your tyranny." The Galactic Supreme Commander, with his pride and power still intact, accepted the challenge, believing that his personal combat skills could turn the tide. But Ethan's crew had something that the Empire's elite officers didn't: unity and the unshakable will to win. As Ethan and his team prepared for the ultimate confrontation, the remaining dreadnoughts of the Empire formed a defensive circle around their commander, as if to shield him from the humans. The final battle unfolded in a spectacular display of skill and strategy. Captain Ethan's fleet, though battered and few in number, had honed their tactics to perfection. They moved in sync, their ships darting between the wreckage of the Empire's forces, using their cloaking devices and AI-driven tactics to outmaneuver the enemy. Each move was calculated, each strike deliberate. The Galactic Supreme Commander and his soldiers, once so confident in their strength, now found themselves fighting against an opponent who used their weaknesses against them. Ethan's team, driven by the memories of their fallen comrades and the weight of humanity's survival, fought like never before. Bonner's sacrifice still burned in their hearts, and they fought with the fury of those who had nothing left to lose. The Supreme Commander's dreadnoughts were taken down one by one, as the humans expertly used their gravity manipulation technology to destabilize the ships, rendering them defenseless. The Empire's leader fought valiantly, but the sheer determination of Earth's fleet was too much. In the end, it was Captain Ethan who delivered the final blow. With his ship locked in combat with the Supreme Commander's flagship, he activated the full power of Earth's weaponry. The energy blasts from Ethan's ship tore through the flagship's defenses, and with a final, deafening explosion, the Galactic Supreme Commander's ship was destroyed. The victory was complete. The Galactic Empire was no more. Earth's fleet, once considered nothing more than a tiny group of underdogs, had wiped out the Empire's greatest military force. They had won not only the war but had also secured humanity's place in galactic history. With the Empire's defeat came peace. Earth, now recognized as one of the galaxy's greatest powers, shared its technology with the rest of the universe. Gravity manipulation, advanced AI, and other revolutionary technologies were now available to everyone, fostering new alliances and bringing hope for a future where war would no longer be the answer. Humanity's spirit, once underestimated, had proven to be the galaxy's greatest weapon. In the years that followed, Earth's victory was celebrated across the stars. The story of Captain Ethan Wright and his fleet, of the underdog humans who had taken on a vast empire and won, became a legend. It was a tale that reminded everyone that no matter how small, no matter how unlikely the victory, the will to fight for what is right can change the universe. The Galactic Empire was one of the most powerful forces in the universe, ruling over countless star systems with its massive fleets and advanced technology. To them, Earth was just another insignificant planet in the vast galaxy. The Empire's ruling class, sitting in their towering, luxury-filled command centers, looked down on Earth's tiny fleet with nothing but ridicule and contempt. Their flagship, a colossal dreadnought, towered over every human ship. It had weapons capable of destroying entire cities with a single blast. In their eyes, humanity's puny, outdated fleet was no match for the Empire's power. The Earth fleet, made up of old, rusting warships from a bygone era, had never faced a real battle against the overwhelming might of galactic dreadnoughts. These ships were slow, outdated, and their weapons were nothing compared to the Empire's advanced tech. Even the most optimistic humans knew that victory seemed impossible. But there was something the Empire didn't know: the humans had a secret weapon. As the battle began, the Empire's commanders watched from their massive command ships, confident that this would be an easy victory. "Prepare for destruction," the commander of the Empire's fleet said smugly. He had no doubt that Earth's ships would crumble before the Empire's strength. But Captain Ethan Wright, the leader of Earth's fleet, had a different plan. He wasn't just any commander, he was a seasoned veteran with years of experience, and more importantly, he had something the Empire didn't: a secret weapon. No one on the Empire's side could possibly have known about it. Ethan's fleet wasn't as weak as they seemed. In the moments before the battle, as the tension built, Ethan activated the cloak. Suddenly, Earth's fleet was gone. Not just invisible, but completely undetectable. Every human ship had activated its stealth technology, which the Empire had no way of countering. The Empire's radar systems, used to tracking even the smallest of ships, were useless. They could see nothing. Panic set in on the Empire's side. "Where are they?" the commander of the Dreadnoughts shouted. The massive Empire fleet, once so confident, was now confused and blind. They could hear the sound of Earth's ships, but could see nothing. The Empire's flagship fired blindly into the empty space, but it was too late. Ethan's fleet had already spread out, making their move. They had the element of surprise, and they knew how to use it. As the first human ships emerged from the cloak, they attacked with deadly precision. Each ship had been upgraded with advanced AI systems, which allowed them to outmaneuver and outsmart the Empire's fleets. The Empire, with all its advanced technology, now found itself at a huge disadvantage. While the Empire had raw power, the humans had cunning. The humans' ability to blend technology with strategy took the Empire by surprise. The battle quickly escalated into a chaotic series of skirmishes. Earth's ships darted through the darkness of space, launching missiles and unleashing blasts of energy that ripped through the Empire's massive vessels. The Empire's dreadnoughts fired back, but their massive size and power were no match for the agile, cloaked human ships. For a brief moment, the Empire's commanders thought they had the upper hand. They were able to lock onto one of the human ships, and it seemed like victory was within their grasp. But just as they prepared to fire, the human ship vanished again. It was a perfect execution of the stealth technology, disorienting the Empire even further. Suspense continued to rise as Earth's fleet engaged in a high-speed chase through the stars, using their cloaking technology and advanced AI systems to strike from unexpected angles. The Empire's dreadnoughts, no matter how powerful, couldn't catch them. One by one, they watched as their ships were damaged, disabled, or destroyed by Earth's small, yet highly skilled fleet. The tension was building. The once cocky Empire commanders could feel the tables turning. The human fleet had gone from being an insignificant joke to a dangerous adversary. The battle was no longer just about technology, it was about survival. The Empire had underestimated Earth. And now, they were beginning to realize their mistake. The Galactic Empire had made a critical mistake, underestimating the Earth's fleet. After facing the surprise and chaos caused by humanity's hidden cloaking technology, the Empire's top commanders realized their previous arrogance had cost them dearly. Their fleet of 500,000 dreadnoughts had been thrown into disarray by Earth's cunning tactics. But this mistake would not go unpunished.